इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj, for playing the corporate video of Franchise India that truly depicts the kind of the value, passion, and vision we follow, creating difference every day in market with our small and big steps. Franchise India, the first company to introduce and develop franchise market in India. We completely focus on franchisee ecosystem. It's been more than 21 years we are helping international and national brands to expand their business with our 70 plus offices. We have helped thousands of investors get their franchisee business from us from different verticals like FN, education, retail, service, etc. sector. We welcome you to this 142nd episode of Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. Again, an initiative which we took 6 months back, and our aim is to represent brand of the day every day so that our investors can get a complete understanding about the brand. The flow of the webinar will be, we'll start with the detailed presentation from the brand side, then we'll have advice from our panel member, and then question and answer session. We welcome our panel member, management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maria and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. During the course of the webinar, they'll be sharing their thought processes, suggestion, and word of caution with us. We do not endorse any particular brand. The brand of the day today is Fermagard, the brand which was established in 1998 in France, operational in 23 countries. Fermagard provides the best car paint protection coating in India and across world. They are the global leaders in paint protection technology. And we invite partner India, Mr. Nishad Adnani, who is taking us through the entire journey of Pharmagard. If I talk about his journey, he has experience of 11 years in banking, and then he moved to automotive sector where he served positions like CEO in one of the top company for Gujarat and MP. Thank you so much, Mr. Adnani, for joining in today. But before we come for a formal presentation from your side, we would like to play a small, beautiful video on the product. Dheeraj, I would request you to please play the brand image of Pamagar. Uh, Mr. Nani, we would request you to start the presentation. We are facing some technical problem. We'll play the video once you finish the presentation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Archana. Hello, Miss Sonia and Mr. Gaurav. And it's great to be here today with all of you. I think the video is about to play. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for that video. And I think that is what we signify, and that is what we, present to the country is a niche product which serves a class of automotives, aircraft, and marine yachts for in India. And that is what we have to offer in this presentation as we go ahead. So thank you everyone for joining. I see that there are already 75 participants. Hope you all are doing fine in this time. And I think there have been a lot of talk of what is happening in India and whatnot. And I think this is the best time that India is seeing, and is the best time to invest in brands that you believe in, and is one of the best times to grow also. So I think with that, I'll take you through the Pamagat presentation. As Archana mentioned earlier, the brand was founded in France in 1998. And if you look at the brand as such, they have grown through various levels of coating, if I may say. So they had wax products, they had Teflon coating, and now they have reactive polymer. So Pamagat is a brand that is constantly evolving with time, and they spend a lot of their money in R&D and coming up with world-class coatings for the automotive sector and the aviation sector as well. We are operational in 23 countries right now and provide grade A category paint protection coating, antimicrobial shield, and interior coating for your cars. We are now, we have been operational in the country from 2018, and initially we started our work working with dealer partners in the country, automotive dealers who are using these products in-house. And from last 2 months, we have now expanded and started working on the franchising network across the country. We already have 2 franchisees in Ahmedabad, one in Surat, and one in Mumbai that is operational, or they are in working in progress, and we hope to see them operational by November end. We yesterday closed one more franchisee in Pune, and that is the fifth franchise that will start work and maybe will start operating by the month of January next year. Over 20 years, our cutting-edge research and development labs have been leading the industry, and Pamagat is today one of the top standard coatings in the aviation and automotive industry. So why we keep saying aviation is because Pamagat coatings, whether it is interior or exterior, or it is their antimicrobial shield, they all have a badge of certification from global companies like Boeing and Airbus. So we have these certifications with us, and one can understand that whatever can be applied on the exterior of the aircraft is supposed to be of one of the top quality material in the world. We all have experienced whenever we try and touch the aircraft or go too close, there's always somebody who pushes us away in reality. So getting to touch an aircraft or coat an exterior of the aircraft, I'm sure that we have one of the top quality products that is available. So what we provide is a long-term protection, some of the best quality in the industry, and we have a safe and protective coating. By safe, I mean our primary objective of the exterior coating is to protect the paint and to protect the paint from corrosion over a longer period of time. And this is what we are good at. In India, our target group is automotive. Aviation in India is yet evolving. While the product in Australia, we are already serving Air Australia, Air New Zealand, we are serving. Qantas is our partner in Australia. We are also working with a fleet of Etihad, which lands into Australia, and Etihad Dubai also. So these are some of the companies, aircraft companies that we are already working with. And in India, we are planning to target, or we want to start with the automotive business as of now. Knowing the automotive business from last 10, 11 years, I can safely say that, we sell around 3 million cars a year, and out of that, around 70,000 cars are luxury or upper luxury cars in the country. So I think there is a lot of scope in this business in automotive before we start and move on to the aviation business as such. These are the basic kind of services that we are starting with right now. First is the interior protection. Interior protection is called the copolymer bonding. It coats and shields every surface and every fiber which is available inside the car. It maintains your new leather. It maintains the leather like it is new, and the smell also is odorless. Stains are not absorbed. So basically, the coating is hydrophobic. Any spillage which happens inside the car when the car is coated is not absorbed by the seat as such, and it remains in liquid form on the top. So you can just use a tissue and wipe it away. It blocks UV rays and prevents cracking and fading that is caused by sun exposure. This is a large problem in our country because we do not have organized parking as such everywhere. So maybe few places, or maybe I think 20-25% of the cars have their own dedicated and closed parking as such. So that can be possible at home, but not everywhere at office or maybe at any friend's place we go to. So I think in a span of 24 hours, the car is under the shade for only 10 or 5 or 6 hours only. Rest of the time it is standing outside in our godforsaken heat that we have in the country. So around 35 to 50 degrees is the heat that we have, and constant UV radiation does constant damage to the interior as well as the exterior of the car. The exterior protection has a glass-like shield which is provided on the exterior of the car, and it completely seals the paint from any exterior reactions like UV rays is one. Small dust particles are there. The grime, bird shit is there. Bird shit is a plenty in our country. Plus the tree sap. So you would have noticed that whenever you park your car under a tree, there is a residue which falls on the top of the car. So when you wipe this residue away, which on a car which does not have coating, there are stains that are left on the exterior of the car. Permaguard exterior protects the car from these kind of stains also. And if you look at post coating, the maintenance of the car, the exterior of the car reduces by more than 50%. So you just need to wipe a car with a plain antimicrobial cloth, and that is it. You don't need to use hard soaps or liquids to clean the car every day. Again, the technology which is used to do the exterior coating is called reactive polymer. The third and currently our darling product is the antimicrobial shield. This is a DIY product. It comes in form of a can, and basically what it does is once that the contents are released in the interior of the car, it kills all 99.999% of the germs and viruses which are there inside the car and creates a shield on the interiors of the car. What happens is that this gives a protection of about 12 months for the car. Now, as mentioned in the point below, the product also inactivates the COVID type 19 virus. This is a certification that we have received only 2 months ago. And prior to that, we were aware that this product would work on the COVID-19 virus also. However, now we have a certification which says that the antimicrobial shield kills the COVID type virus also. This research was done in Eurofins, Australia, and Eurofins itself is a global lab which is there, and in India also it is available in Bangalore as well as Delhi. So the research and the reports have been done by a globally known lab. Now, the technology which is used in the antimicrobial shield is the lysis technology. Again, if you will see the patented copolymer, reactive polymer, and lysis technology, all these are patented products or patented technologies by the Pomagat group, and there are patent numbers for each of them. The lysis technology is basically a cell rupture technology, and what happens is that the molecule of the antimicrobial shield is like a pin. What happens is that whenever a virus or a bacteria or any other pathogen comes in contact with the pin, it immediately kills or deactivates the exterior layer, which is made up of fat, and it bursts the virus and thereby killing the interiors of the virus immediately. So basically, lysis is like it is a rupture technology, is what we can say in a layman's term. So I'm happy to say that all our products are patented technologies, and they are one of a kind technologies that we have available. As you saw in the video, and what we try to do constantly is we want to keep our product as a niche product. We do not want to compete with the lower segment of the cars, and we want to stay in the medium and the high segment of the automotive sector in the country. So if you look at the primary manufacturers that we are proposing to work with, are Jeep, Kia, MG is there. Hyundai, there is the Creta is a good point to start at also. Any car which is above 20-25 lakhs are the customers that we are looking at. And needless to mention, the Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Volvo, Jaguar, etc. All these brands are definitely there. So we are already working with 5 and 6 Mercedes-Benz dealers in the country, and they are exclusively using our products for their interior as well as exterior coat. And I think in the span of 1 year, they've already quoted 3,000 plus cars, and they are happy, and the partnership is working really well with them. Our mission is basically performance and protection. So we say we are in the paint protection business. So our only objective and sole objective is paint protection, and using the sophisticated reactive polymer technology and UV filtering technology, we want to protect the paint against fading and oxidation, which is a major issue in the country. So this post-coating, this maintains the paint's original and aesthetic brilliance, in addition to extending and prolonging the life of the paint and reducing the requirement of repaints. Now, as far as performance also goes, we have an experience, and another study has been done on business jets also. We have quoted several business jets in Australia and Dubai specifically, and it was seen that the atmospheric drag was reduced significantly on a jet or an aircraft which is coated with Permaguard coating. So while it does not have much relevance or much relevance to the automotive sector as such, however, since it was done on the aviation sector, we can safely say that this kind of a drag will also reduce. The coefficient of drag will reduce on your car also, thereby ultimately saving a lot of fuel. So if you look at an aircraft, the study which was done, it saved around $1 million of fuel in 1 year. So on one aircraft, so that is a huge amount to save in the aircraft industry. And as all of you know, in the country, the industry is not doing very well. So this kind of a product which is available to save cost in the industry is, I think, a very good product to have. So these are the basic, automotive clusters that are available in the country right now, and basically the plants which are there. So if you see Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, and the north, Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, automotive plants are spread across the country, and apart from the eastern side, but they are spread across the country, providing us immense opportunity to tap the automotive sector everywhere. So there is a very good map, and there is a very good picturization to show how our country produces or where the automotive that are sold in the country are produced. So India, as I said, is a 3 million car market every year. So that is just a new car. If you look at the used car, that is an additional 2.5 million used car every year. This year will definitely be an aberration owing to the corona pandemic. However, the last 5 years, the sector has been growing at a very, very healthy rate. So there are immense number of cars that are available in the market, whether it is new or it is a pre-owned car. And there is a lot of scope for us to work on. These are the rollout locations we are looking at briefly, if you can see. So we want to cover Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Goa, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, and Uttarakhand. So we are looking at primary A and A plus category cities for our initial rollout sector. I'll just hold on to this slide for a few more seconds so that everybody present can see. So why Pomagard? There are a lot of players. If you look at the car coating industry as such, or the car spa industry as we call it in our country, more than 40 to 50% market is catered to by unorganized players. So there are a lot of unorganized players which are there in the market who have a standalone car spa and or a standalone detailing center where they use products which are imported from China and otherwise, and they are giving all kind of guarantees, warranties, and all that to the customers. However, if you look at Pomagard, there is a lot to talk about as such. So one, there is an international brand presence which we are talking about. So there is 23 country presence that is there. We are passionate management team with a rich experience in the car detailing industry and the car retail industry as well. So nobody knows the cars like us. Me and my partners together have a total experience in the car industry of around 30-35 years. So nobody knows the car industry like we do, and we've been working together jointly with various players like Honda, Volkswagen, Mercedes, and BMW, to name a few. Quality assurance is definitely there. We do not want to sacrifice quality for numbers. So that is one thing which we will not do in the coming future at any point of time. We are not looking at having 13 franchisees in a city like Chennai or 15 franchisees like in a city like Delhi, crowd the market and thereby do a price war and thereby finally damaging the customer quality. Our primary interest or the primary objective in this industry is to provide the best quality that is available in the country. Diversified product portfolio and service portfolio. Other than the Pomagard range of products, we have another range of products which is also coming through in next month, which is called the Afterworks, and which is also into the car detailing segment, which will include your glass cleaners, your tire cleaners, your grime removers, and various type of shampoos which are required for car detailing. So Pomagard apart, there are around 25 more products that will be available to our franchise partners across the country from the month of December onwards. Pomagard, needless to say, is the market leader in paint protection technology globally. If you look at the market opportunity as such, the estimated market size in 2020 is 1,160 crores. So looking at the market, it is a very huge market and it is growing at a CAGR of more than 25%. In these times, you do not see any other industry which is growing at this kind of a rate. When we talk about car detailing or car care, the only thing that comes to our mind is a 500 rupee guy or a guy who takes 500 rupees per month and is constantly cleaning our car day in and day out at our homes. If you look at the way they clean the cars, and if you just stand with him for the 15 minutes that he works on your cars, you'll come to know that he is actually damaging your car more than making it clean from the exterior. Constantly damaging the paint using this kind of a rotary action and creating swirl marks on the body. Same cloth is used on the tires as well as and then the exterior of the body. So industry as such is very nascent in the country, and there is a lot of scope for car protection or car paint protection in the country right now. One more point is that the high supply versus demand gap. And so just as I said, there are a lot of unorganized players in the market. There are millions of cars that are available to us in the worst kind of conditions, and we have unlimited supply, or unlimited supply of cars which are getting sold every month also. So there is a very high demand, and there is a very large gap to fill. And I think Permagard with its franchise partners are the right people to fill this gap in the country. The business model is very lucrative. All of you would be knowing and doing some businesses, or would be knowing some certain kind of businesses. The payback period for the Permagard business is less than 1.5 years. So if you look at your monthly recurring cost, your all your input cost at the beginning of the business, your infra cost, and your CI, so your branding cost, all costs put together plus your monthly recurring cost, the revenue that you make can covers up your all your investment in 1.5 in less than 1.5 years. So it is a very impressive payback period to have in a business today. Our objective is to ensure that all our business partners become profitable within 1.5 years. So this is our primary objective for the business partners. Our primary objective for customers is quality. Primary objective for business partners is providing a break even within less than 1.5 years. There's a very high margin, and the return on investment is 98%. So these figures are very they sound very ambitious and very large, but as few of us will progress in this discussion, you will see that how we come to or arrive at this figure, and it is in a very scientific manner. Costs are taken at a very extreme high, revenues are taken at an extreme low. In spite of that, there is a payback period of 1.5 years. I'm sorry, I missed on that. Comprehensive brand support. So what does Permagard India, what does the team provide from our side? So first we set up, we will help you in setup and selection of the franchise with the selection of the location, and we will set it up with in accordance to the brand guidelines. Second is, and which is most important, is the training. So while some of you might be in the automotive business, or some of you might be in the detailing business, the way the detailing is done for a Permagard product is much different to what it may be done for the other products. So we will do a comprehensive training program on how to do the application and how to manage your outlet and operations for the staff. So this is a very in-depth process, and this is basically to ensure that we reach our profitability numbers very fast. Inventory management. So we have invested around 10 lakh rupees plus in generating a state-of-the-art CRM software, which will also be available to our brand partners in the country, and that will help them to do the inventory management as well as invoice generation and all. It will give a lot of analysis of your business also. Process management, as I said, the CRM software will be provided by us. Marketing. What we have been doing in the past 1.5 years is we have done extensive marketing with a lot of brands, and we are still on it. So we are far away from being the number 2 or number 3 brand, but then marketing is a constant endeavor that we are doing, and we will be sharing our experience and knowledge on how to market and how to communicate the brand proposition in the target segment that you are sitting in. So we do not want to clutter ourselves with the existing brands that are there in the country. We want to have separate niche where we cater to a niche of the market, providing high quality and a good pricing for the products. Other facilitation, like a constant R&D is going on. Any new products which are coming in, any other products which are available to us will be given to the franchise owners time to time. Advertisements and promotions, there will be a lot of ads, promotions from our side, and lead generation from our side, and same will be given to the brand partners in the country. And PR coverage. So we have already done 2 or 3 PR coverages in the last 3 months, where we have used the antimicrobial shield to protect the Chief Minister of Gujarat's car along with his convoy. So this convoy was consisting of 25 cars, and we did a good PR around it. We got a lot of letters of recommendation from 3 or 4 IS officers, as well as the Chief Minister's office also. So this PR took us a long way, and we had a lot of positive brand recognition post this PR. We will continue doing this PR throughout our engagement, and we will ensure that the brand reaches a certain level of mind space in a car lover's mind. So we want to be the number one or number two brand when it comes to car care and car protection. What we are looking at in a franchisee. So this is what we will be supporting. What we look for in a franchisee is somebody who is, there's a lot of passion and integrity. Integrity is one of the primary things that we are looking at, along with passion, compassion, loyalty, and trust. We want to have an entrepreneurial spirit where the individual is willing to invest in the brand himself also, and to ensure that we succeed together. Self-motivated, the self-motivated individual to succeed. High standards of excellence, strong sales and customer service skills, and diligent in following the brand standards. See, there is a lot of way we can dilute the brand before we even start out. We do not want to dilute our brand by doing wrong kind of unethical practices or wrongful practices in the country. So what we are looking at is a very diligent and a strong brand standards, and same to be followed everywhere, and a strong belief in the core values. We have some core values that we'll be putting out soon, and we want to hang on to those core values. Business is profitability is at the top. However, we put our customers and the quality output a little bit higher than profitability, because that kind of an output will definitely get us the profitability and the reach that we want in the country. So basically, we are looking for these kind of individuals to partner with us. These are the financials that I mentioned earlier. And basically, the infra cost, the area required is around 2,000 square feet of carpet area. Infra cost is around 1.88 lakh rupees. Equipment of 1.65 lakh rupees. Business promotion and inventory cost price is at 8.75 lakh rupees. And a one-time franchise fee of 3 lakh rupees, which puts your setup cost as 23.2 lakh rupees. The lease deposits which you will be paying in case of a rented property will be around 3 months or 4 months rent, which has been taken at 2.8 lakhs. And working capital requirement, the initial seed money which will be required is around 4 lakh rupees. So the gross project cost, including everything, including your 4 months, 5 months of working capital or 3 months of working capital, is a 30 lakh rupees, which is a very nominal entry fee or entry amount for this kind of a business. The average ROI that we are looking at is, as I said, 98% with a payback period of 1.5 years only. So I think this is a very lucrative proposition that we have put together with the Franchise India team. So with that, we can take, I will be happy to take any question and answers from any one of you, or Mr. Maria, if you want to add anything here.
Hi, Nishant. I think we'll wait for Mr. Maria, but while we do that, I will also request our audience, they can put the questions and we'll be more than happy to take it up with you. Nishant, maybe to start off with, maybe the first question which I wanted to pick up is the last slide that we just concluded on the financials. We talked about 23 odd lakhs, and you've given a broad breakup on the business model. Which is the equipment, the license fee, and the infrastructure cost. I would like to give maybe a little more detailing on this breakup, one. And second, are we even talking about some kind of revenue share? I didn't see that mentioned on the last slide. Is there a royalty also which comes to the company? If you can maybe go in depth and break up on the entire description and the business model investment breakup would be very helpful for our investors.
Right. So, Archana, I think you mentioned a very valid point, royalty. So, as a matter of ethics, as I said earlier, we do not believe in charging, or we do not want to charge our franchise partners any royalty in their business. Primary reason is that any franchisee which operates in any location and any business that is generated out of the location is purely a result of their own efforts, naturally with assistance from the brand itself. However, it is a result of their own efforts and investment. So we feel that charging any kind of royalty it would be unethical from our side. So we do not have any royalty kind of a model here, and whatever we earn or whatever we will do will be through the sale of products only. So that thank you for drawing my attention to that point. I missed it out completely, but that is a very, very important point and thought process that we have in our mind. Second, if you look at the infrastructure cost, we are looking at a basic clean, neat and clean setup, plain 2000 square feet setup with nice white paint and soundproof interiors and air conditioned interiors, which will give you a good kind of a quality coating. So we require a dust free and a air free kind of an interior to have a better kind of better quality output on the cars. So that is our basic requirement when it comes to the infrastructure. And whatever costs that we have kept, we have kept as a bare minimum. We do not want to have an infrastructure heavy relationship where you spend 30-40 lakh rupees in generating the infrastructure, and then your payback period goes to 3 or 4 years. So that is not the objective. We are very asset light, and we believe in being asset light. We are output heavy. So we want to have a light asset and a heavy output kind of a business model, and thereby the average period of payback period of 1.5 years.
All right. And I want to also maybe understand a little bit on the income side, the revenue generation, and that's something very important and critical for any business. If, and maybe to expand on that, typical, what kind of operating expenses do we have on a monthly basis? One, and typical revenue which can be expected. I think you did mention about your Pune outlet, which has just started operating, and there are 2 more that you're operating in India. And maybe draw some references from the existing outlets that you're running in terms of your operating cost and the revenue flow.
Right. So Pune, we are still in discussion for the location. There is one question, where in Pune? So that Pune outlet is under discussion right now. We will be, I think, mostly closing this by end of this month. However, from the experience that we have, the monthly costs that are involved, the large cost is the rent and manpower cost, which is there. So typically what we have taken in this model is around 1.25 to 1.5 lakh rupees of cost on a month-on-month basis. The most important manpower or the most important individual in this whole setup. So there are basically 2. One is the salesperson and second is the applicator. So this is where the applicator is naturally the person who will get the best out of the car that is made available to him, and the salesperson. So these are the most important people in the franchise as such. And we advise our franchisee to spend the highest on these 2 people to have a faster rotation in their business. If you look at the revenues, even if we do a minimum of 20-25 cars a month, I'm saying only 25 cars, and I think the model says even less. So even if you do 1 car a day, even then it is possible to make good money out of this model at the end of the year.
What typical revenue, Nishad, one can make out of this, and typical cost? What is the average cost per car? I understand it can vary depending on maybe the services being given, but what is the average cost per car?
Okay, so out of let's say out of 100 cars, more than around 60% are coming only for exterior coating. There are 15 to 20% which are coming for both for exterior and interior coating both. Maybe 10% are coming only for interior, and the balance 5-6% are coming for the antimicrobial shield only. So if you look at the average ticket size, the exterior coating costs 28,300 plus GST. The interior coating costs 12,550 plus GST, and then we have made a combo of all these products which comes at around 52,000 plus GST. So these are the kind of the per car cost that is involved for the customer. However, as I mentioned, 60% of the cars come in only for the exterior products.
Okay, now because you talked about 25 and 25, to reach that count of 25, it would take some time, especially when your center is new. What is an average gestation time? One. And second question, which I want to also touch upon is because this is not a business where maybe a clientele would keep coming back to you. Right? So which means that there has to be regular, I would say, cost of acquisition, which means marketing, which needs to be done regularly.
Right.
To acquire that clientele, right? So if you can just talk on 2 elements. One, what becomes the cost of acquisition typically for a client, and second would be my cost of goods because I think I wanted that to be covered. While we talked about the operating expenses, you talked about 1.5 odd lakhs, which goes towards the rental and the manpower.
Right.
And second, and maybe I like to finish that first and then go ahead. What becomes your cost of good, and what typically are the average margins which are left in the business?
So cost of goods out of, say 20, if you look at an exterior only, so cost of goods is at 28% on an average. So anything above 28% or anything below, if the cost of goods is below 28%, we see that there is a poor quality that is given to the customer. While if the cost of goods is higher than 28%, then that means there is a lot of wastage that is happening during the application process. So the average cost of goods sold is at 28% out of whatever revenue that is generated. And balance, if you look at the margins on the exterior and interior products are to the tune of 112%, almost 112 to 113%. So which is a substantial margin that is available to the franchise players.
And what typically is the throughput of an individual? You talked about an applicant, and how big is number of people which are required to be at the center, and what is the typical salaries these people get, and the throughput of one individual?
Okay, so if you look at a salesperson, I think typically one salesperson in the initial time is good enough. There is a receptionist which is required, which is also a receptionist come a telecaller kind of an individual. And lead generation is primarily done through the sources of the franchise owner and your social media structure. So we are generating a lot of inquiries and leads through Instagram and Facebook. The important person which is then coming up next is the applicator. So typically on a new car, your application process or the application time required is around 3.5 hours. So if you look at that, then one individual can churn out around 2.5 cars per day. And if you look at a used car depending on the color and the amount of damage on the paint, that person would be around, it would take around 6.5 to 7 constant hours. So if you look at a constant hour, thereby one bay can churn out 1 car per day if it is a used car, because it requires a lot of work and a lot of effort on it. So that is why we recommend to have at least 1 senior applicator and 2 junior applicators in the system, so that the kind of quality output is required is higher, and plus your bay utilization is higher. So in the system or in the model in the 2000 square feet, we have recommended 3 bays to be there, and plus a washing bay. So the 3 bays are there, whereby 2 individuals are working on the basics of the application, and the senior applicator is doing the final finishing touches on the car. So so all 3 put together can churn out at least, in good times can churn out 2.5 to 3 used cars per day, which is, in good quality. So I think 2.5 cars per day is a good output for a franchise per day.
Okay, so the 1800 square feet area would have 3 bays, which means there's a capacity of 3 cars at any given point in time.
Correct.
Okay. Now that question, Vishal, because we are in a market where somebody is already providing these services. So any market that we open, which means the client who's using these services would either maybe convert to a new brand which has come in. And 2 questions, maybe one, maybe some examples of the competition which already exist, and how do we say I have a competitive edge over the other players in the market? And
Right.
my second question would be on the gestation. Typically, how long does it take for an individual to get maybe the first set of vehicles, and how much or how many services would it require for somebody maybe in a month at least to break even? How many number of cars one would need to have?
Right. So Mr. Nilesh has asked one question: how is the brand positioned against similar competitors in market? So if you look at the market as such, the largest competitor in the market which is available is ceramic coating, right? So everybody is into ceramic, and the top of the mind recall for a car care is it comes to ceramic coating. It used to be Teflon coating earlier and wax before that. If you look at a ceramic coat, since you are based in Delhi, just go to Khan Market. You'll get a 30 ml bottle of ceramic coat for $2. $2 is hardly 150, 160 rupees. And thereby they give, this kind of a coating, and they charge 6,000-7,000 rupees or 8,000 rupees for a customer. And thereby they are able to, get business through reach out to the smaller cars also. So, however, the kind of output that comes from this kind of a ceramic coat is absolutely poor, not only for the car but also for the person who is applying it on the car. Now, when there is a high quality of ceramic also coating available in the country, and which is upwards of 1.5 lakh rupees. Now, that is the actual ceramic coat which is there in the market, and which and they can actually call themselves a ceramic coat. However, to get this kind of an output in a ceramic in a car, it takes typically 1.5 to 2 days. So this is so that is the kind of work or the amount of effort that goes into this car. So in 2 days you can churn out one car with a great output. So I will not say the output is bad. Output is phenomenal. But then one customer is paying around 80,000 to 1 lakh rupees to get this kind of output. Plus, it takes 2 days to churn out this car. And for the franchisee also, there is a lot of investment in terms of UV lights, because ceramic requires curing. Ceramic does not cure on its own. The proper ceramic coat requires a curing, and there are UV lights which are placed on the car on both the sides. And these lights and decent quality lights, they cost 70,000-80,000 rupees each. So to cure a car, you will have to spend at least 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees on the lighting itself. So that is the kind of investment which you make. And God forbid, if you don't want to go ahead with this business, there's nothing you can do with the lights on your own, right? So that is where we score above our competition, while we provide a superior quality of product. Costing for customer is also at 28,000 rupees only. And the investment for franchise is also low in these kind of products, where, in the worst case scenario, they want to close down, which is the worst case. We don't want to discuss that right now. But then they are not left with any kind of material which they don't want to use. So that is the first answer, how we compare to the competition. Second, I think what you mentioned was how many cars would it take to break even from this cost?
And maybe a gestation for an investor.
Yes. So typically, if you start an outlet today and you inaugurate today, it would take at least 8 to 10 days to get in your first car. And I think the first few cars would be in the reference of the franchise owner themselves. And it would be part of the marketing cost, because once you do 5-7 cars in the market and you take up some opinion makers in your area or some of the friends so the first start is marketing. The cost is first, and it would take around 5-7 days, 8 to 10 days to get in the first car as such. And if you look at a typical month, around 25 cars, around 20 to 25 cars will help you to break even or make a profit in that month.
All right. And typical, as far as the coating is concerned, are there any kind of warranties which are given on that coating? And if that, how long is that for?
Yes. So in the basic package of 28,300, we give a 1-year warranty, and we are giving, as I mentioned, we are giving the CRM software also. There is a warranty package which is separately there installed inside the CRM package, where our business partners can claim for warranties. And we have a warranty in charge also on our side, and he will be inspecting the photographs of the car and passing on the warranties to our franchise partners in case. Thankfully, with our experience of last 1.5 year, where we have done around 4,000 plus cars till now, we have not had a single case of warranty where the car paint has faded or it has gone bad due to application or due to incorrect application of any such sort. However, if there is if any customer comes down and feels that there is a requirement, or he does not feel the quality is good enough, we educate them on how to take proper care of the car and then redo the top coat once again. So we are very cautious when it comes to warranty, because we do not want to have a single word of bad mouth in the country right now.
Yeah, another thing, because a lot of markets you still want to maybe penetrate. So maybe 2 questions which I want to add along is, one, what is your as a brand go-to market, and what kind of assistance will a franchisee get from a company when they enter a market which is new? And second is, what is the expectation out of a franchisee himself? What is he expected to contribute? One, and if you can even maybe advise, because I saw in your presentation you talked about some tie-up with dealerships, and what is the marketing mechanism, what kind of tie-ups he needs to have, and how does that happen? Any I would say associations which company has, which are transferred to them, or they help in getting these tie-ups done. So if you can maybe expand on this, would be very helpful.
Right. So I link that your question to one of the questions of the participants. Mr. Venkatraman has mentioned, is it a B2B or a B2C model? Right. So primarily we are a B2C model. However, in some cases where there is an opportunity of going B2B, like maybe Mr. Venkatraman in his hometown has a connection in the local Hyundai dealership or the Kia dealership, and he wants to do a regular tie-up with them. We will assist our franchise partners to get this tie-up done with the local dealerships, and we will set up a process and jointly to ensure that all the cars that are flowing out of the dealership are coming to Mr. Venkatraman, or they put up a manpower at the dealership and share the revenue with the dealership which is there available locally. So this is also one of the kind of business models which we can do and to expand or get more higher numbers. So while we are primarily B2C, there is also a B2B opportunity available to us, and where we will be happy to help. In case of any inquiries that we get, see what happens is that there are a lot of brand building activities that we are also doing, and we are regularly getting inquiries from customers to get their car quoted. Now, there is again, let's take the example of Mr. Venkatraman himself, and he has a franchisee, and there is an inquiry from his state or his city. The inquiry will be immediately passed on to him, and he will have to do the servicing naturally. So we will not be doing any servicing on behalf of the franchise just because we got the inquiry directly. Any inquiry generating from the city where the franchise is operating, whether it is B2B, it is B2C, will be directly passed on to the franchise. And if it is a large inquiry, we will step in and assist in closure also, because there are a lot of technical points which are there, and through our experience of working with the brand like Mercedes, which do not compromise on any kind of quality in their output. There is a lot of things that we have learned in the last 1 year, which will be helpful for the franchise and to take it to a B2B model also. So while there is a single business also, there is also a large bulk business available in each of the market.
Okay, now when we talk about B2B, typical, what kind of, I would say, commission structure would this relationship work on?
So basically, it will be a cost plus 20% because we also, if you look at a car dealership, they will also want to make some money out of this relationship. So the franchise will get around 20% or 25% of the revenues, and balance will be given to the car dealer. So this is just the way we are operating right now. It can vary case to case also, because franchise will be spending on the manpower cost and all the material cost as well. So material plus 20% is what the franchise will get in terms of a B2B kind of a business. Because car dealers also typically will expect some kind of income generation from this business. It is because we are using their facility, their customers, where we are not spending on lead generation itself. Their salespeople are convincing the customers for using our product, and that is where we are getting our input from. So thereby, in that case, the income is naturally low, but then your expenditure for generation of leads is zero.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Your cost of acquisition here.
Cost of acquisition is zero.
By
absolutely.
Great. Other thing, Nishant, I want to perhaps understand on the training side, and there are two aspects of training. One is franchisee training, and if you can even maybe help in understanding if there are any specific profile of people that you're looking at, and what training is imparted to them. And second is on the staff, which is both technical and otherwise the administrative staff. What kind of training is imparted, and how is that executed?
Right. So as far as the applicator team consists, we can take somebody who is an ITI in paint, or we have one guy who is a BTech also. So there is a huge range of manpower which is available. There are a lot of people who are working in the denting and painting industry in automotive dealerships. So these are the right kind of people for our kind of business, and they know when they are working on the paint. With a lot of training, or maybe in a short term, they will come to know the output that they are getting, whether it is the correct output or not, and which kind of materials to use to get a better output. So we usually go for some people who are having some kind of experience in the application business as an applicator, rather than taking a fresher then training him in the way we work, and thereby losing some money on the way if some mistakes are made. So right person is a person who is already working as an applicator somewhere, and we do in-depth training with him for around 2 to 3 days, where we call people. I'm sorry, I did not mention we are based in Ahmedabad as of now. Looking at the scenario, we might call your team to Ahmedabad, or if possible, we will have a training team coming to your place, where you will have to provide maybe a car at the most, and your team will be trained on how to exactly get the best output on the car. So this training is of about 2 to 3 days, where one day is a classroom training and two are pure application trainings on a car.
All right. And Nishant, maybe I think we've tried and covered a lot of questions. And as
Yes.
we hit the top of our last question, which I want to maybe ask, because I saw in the rollout, there were certain locations you had mentioned, for example, even a city like Bombay, which is very big, there are only
Yes.
2 franchises you're looking at. So how do we define the radius, because Bombay is obviously huge. So even 2 franchises at distant locations can be a big radius. But is
Yes.
there any criteria that we take into consideration when awarding a franchisee, and within what radius or limits we don't appoint another partner in the same city?
Right. So Sonia, our existing partner in Mumbai is based in Thane right now. So he'll be operational maybe in November. Uh, so what we want to do, what we don't want to have franchisees, operating on top of each other. That is the basic objective, and thereby cutting the customer quality, the pricing also. In a city like Mumbai, we said two. However, it can also accommodate 3 or 4 if we place them right. So the basic objective is that our franchise partner should not lose money or should not invest his time on fighting with the other franchisee. Our objective is to fight with present a competition to the other brands which are available in the market, rather than fighting with each other on one customer. Customer has a tendency to visit 2 3 places and then come down to you. So we do not want somebody visiting 2 Pomagat franchisee, where one person gives X cost and the second person gives X minus 5, and thereby takes over the client. So in a city like Mumbai, maybe two, we have mentioned two on an initial basis. Later on, maybe 5 6 months down the line, we can definitely look at the third one if he does not encroach on the territory of which is of the other two. And we will also be consulting with our existing franchise whenever we are taking up another opportunity in the city, and we will give the first right of refusal to the existing franchise owners, and then only we will appoint the next franchise there. So that is one thing which will be a commitment from our side. As I said, we are from the automotive industry, and we have seen that too many dealers in one city always leads to unprofitable business for the dealer. Brand makes good money in the process. Dealers lose out, and customers also enjoy the benefit of the fighting. So that is one thing which we have learned from our experience, and we do not want to implement that in our business, and we want to ensure a higher profitability for the partners also.
Okay. And I also heard you mention about do-it-yourself product range. So
Yes.
which means, are you selling these products off the shelf? And if yes, what percentage would they contribute to the overall revenue?
So currently we have 3 products which we are doing online. One is the antimicrobial shield. So it is a small aerosol can which can be done on your own. You just have to order it online and release the contents in the car with the AC on. Second is the microfiber cloth, and third is the Pomagat shampoo. So these are the 3 point of the products which are available online. Currently, they have a very low contribution to the overall revenue in terms of online sales. However, dealer partners themselves are selling it on their own, which is a different availability. Why we went online is because during the Corona period, we wanted to take franchisee around in the month of March and April. Due to Corona, we thought it is a good time to start our online front as well, and that is why we have these 3 products online. However, they do not contribute much to the sales. It is just as a availability in case where we don't have franchise right now.
Okay. Now, so while we already I see some questions still coming in. I will make a request to all our viewers. Friends, anyone who wants to reach out to Nishant, kindly reach on our hotline number, which we have put in the chat. And we'd like to understand what location, cities you come from. If you already have a property, do let us know, and we'll understand the location of the property. And we can set up a day sometime in this, or a date, maybe sometime in the coming week, where we'll request Mr. Nishad to do maybe a half an hour slot with each one of you, because I feel we still need to understand a little bit on the financial understanding,
Yes.
margins on each of these products, and all that information would require a little bit of more talk. And before we do that, Nishad, maybe last question I'll pick. I see that coming from Nilesh is again on the coating. While there's a 1-year warranty, is there a lifetime of this coating? How long does it last? Is one question which I'll pick, and then we'll close.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the question is from Mr. Nilesh, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So the coating in other countries, if I can compare, the same coating there is a lifetime guarantee which is available. Lifetime there means around it is span of around 10 years. However, the kind of cost that the customer also pays. So we have, since we know the Australia model already, the customer pays around $1,750 for a coat. So if you multiply that by 52, it is around 95 to 1 lakh of rupees. So that is where they are giving, a lifetime guarantee on the coat of around 10 to 12 years. However, this one coat, we are also giving a lot of car care instructions. So the primary car care instruction is not to use any abrasive chemicals on the car which is coated. So any car which is once coated, you can just clean it with plain water. You can use the Pamagat shampoo, or let's say any other shampoo like a Johnson's baby shampoo which has a low pH level, and you can clean your car and just wipe it dry with a good quality the microfiber cloth. So this is the basic car care that is required. If you do the car care properly, we have seen that one coat lasts for at least 1.5 years. So we have done trials on 5 or 6 cars which we are constantly monitoring, and thereby we are seeing that this kind of a coat it's still going on. It's been around 1.5 years now, 18 months since it was coated. So that is the way the coat lasts properly if you do a proper car care. However, as I said, we all have people who are cleaning our cars for us on a daily basis. So those people, either we have to discontinue them or we have to train them to clean the car properly. Because if they keep cleaning the car in the similar manner, this coat will not last more than 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
So education, we educate the customers a lot, post the coat and pre-coat. That is one thing.
That's very helpful. And also anyone who maybe perhaps want to do a center visit can do that. I think a lot of people are asking where all you are currently running. So Ahmedabad obviously is one of the centers that you run. Pune, you are coming up, and
Yes,
Bombay, you
yes.
mentioned you are opening shortly in the month of November.
Yes, we have one coming up in Surat. So Surat is the one which will start the first, I think next 5-6 days it will start. And there is one customer, the one query from Ms. Sunila. Is it compulsory to take the place on lease? Can we make a deal with the customer and go to their place to paint the car? Well, if you look at our atmosphere by nature is very dusty. So in Australia, they are doing this kind of a service where the first coat is done at the dealership and the repeat coats are done at the customer's place. So it is very conducive for them where they have their own parkings or where it is a dust-free environment. In our country, unfortunately, it is very difficult to do this kind of a service. While it is a dream to do this kind of a service, it is difficult to provide this kind of a service at the customer place. However, Ms. Kanaka, what we are looking at is also a kind of a car cover. So it is a tent which is available, and we are looking at these tents also, which can cover the car at one shot, and you can provide, you can conduct the service inside. Now, second thing which is deterrent there is the kind of temperature that we have. So sitting inside a polystyrene tent for 8 hours at a stretch is it's not good for the person who is doing the application also. Hence, we insist that we have to have a place on lease or your own, and we get the cars to our place rather than going to the customer's place and getting the job done. We have conducted certain services at home. However, all these people have their own garages which are closed.
Great, very helpful. Anisha, before we close, I'll request if you can do maybe a message for all the people who are listening to you, both on Facebook Live and the audience which is present.
So basically, as I said, the automotive sector is we are the 5th or 6th largest automotive sector in the world. Number one being China. And there is a lot of scope in the automotive sector as such, if you look at it. 3 million cars or 30,000 cars is nothing if you as a number. So we have around 50 cars per 1 lakh people, which is a very nominal number for a country like ours, where we have a population of 1.38 crores. So the car care industry, forget Padma Guard is definitely there. Car care industry is in such a nascent stage, and it is poised for a huge growth. The size of the industry is just 1100 crores, which is also peanuts if you compare it to the number of cars sold and the revenue that they generate. So there is a lot of scope in this industry as such. We pay very less attention to our cars. Going ahead, the insurance norms also will be kicking in our country, where the quality of the car will decide the kind of premium that you'll be paying, which is prevalent in the countries like US, UK, and Australia, where they have to mandatorily take care of the car when they go in for re-registration. Otherwise, they pay a higher premium. So that their higher premium runs into thousands of dollars, and the cost of taking care of a car is minuscule for them. So I think we will also have that kind of an insurance regime very soon, where it will be mandatory to take care of your car. So I think we are poised on the right curve right now as a car care industry or as a car care brand, and it is the right time to be here. And I think we'll make it great with everyone's support.
Great. Thank you so much, Nishant. I think this presentation was very, very helpful, and I hope we're able to cover up most of the questions posted by viewers. And rest, like I said, we'll take it up one-on-one with you. Do you want to suggest a date in the coming week, maybe Wednesday or a Thursday, any of these 2 dates which are available? We can block that, and we'll like to bring our viewers who are keen on a call with you.
Yes, definitely. So we can have either Wednesday or Thursday is fine for me.
Great. I think we can block maybe Thursday for the same, and
Thursday is fine.
We'll intimate you. We'll filter the profile of people, and I will request friends, all of you, kindly reach on the hotline number, share your profile and details, and our advisors will also reach out to you and set up a call with Nishant. Okay. Thank you so much, Nishant.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Yeah,
and it is great being here.
Same here, Nishant. Over to you, Archana, for your closing remarks.
So thank you so much, Nishat, for joining in today. Thank you, our panel member, for sharing their advice and suggestions with each one of us. We would like to thank our all the dear participants who have joined us today and have witnessed the great journey of this particular brand. You can reach out to us and share your insights, your suggestions, feedback at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. That's the number. Where we request you to share all your queries. We request you to save this particular number in your phone book so that you get all the regular updates from our site through our broadcast messages. You can also connect with Franchise India team, management team of Franchise India at their respective LinkedIn IDs. We as a team would definitely happy to help you with all your queries. And tomorrow at 12 p.m. we are inviting you for big retail opportunity, a brand which comes from the house of Aditya Birla, Linen Club. That's the brand we are bringing for you and representing tomorrow, so that you can understand end to end how you can start their franchisee business. The team of Linen Club is coming tomorrow sharp at 12 p.m. under business opportunity with Chai webinar series. At the same business hotline number, you can get a registration link. You can do registration so that tomorrow 12 p.m. you can join us for this particular webinar. After this, we invite you for East India Franchisee Show, which will start at sharp 3 p.m. Again, our aim is to present top 10 popular franchisee opportunity for each one of you. This particular show will start at 3 and will come at will end at 5 p.m. And after that, we invite you for another mega event. Now, this particular event is an association with Goel Ganga Group, where our attempt is to provide you information about top 25 brands. So your power packed Sunday with top 35 brands from our side. We request each one of you to do registration for all these 3 webinars summits, which we are doing on Sunday. At the same business hotline number, you'll get information as well as registration link. Thank you so much once again for joining in today. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay happy. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, friends. Have a great day ahead.